All right, you see that look on my face? That's not for fun. That's because just the smell and what I just had to go through is absolutely appalling. I figured you guys love monster fish, so I gotta tell you what went down. Okay, so you see the monster pond? It's looking a bit gray and nasty. You guys can't, smell it through the screen, but if you look on that log right there, you see all that white film? That is nothing but stomach acids and just fish oil. It smells very, very fishy in here. And for those that have come and visited the rescue, you normally never see nasty scum on top of our water, and it never smells in here. Well, someone, I don't know who, and I don't know why, but someone had puked in here. They obviously puked up all their stomach acids. You get all that fish oils and all that, rotting fish that's decomposing in their stomachs is now released into the water. Now, for the only place for it to go is through your skimmer and through your mechanical filtration. This stuff has caked up that System 3 cartridge filter, and man, oh man, is it disgusting. All right, let's go down here into the filter room and let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so the inside of this filter is all filled with slime. Now the whole entire cartridge filter filled with slime. After doing some investigation, I don't think this is stomach acid, so we have to investigate a bit more. As you guys can see, my plumbing patch is still working great. Okay, with the smell and what I know downstairs from opening up that filter, I am led to believe that there is a dead fish in here somewhere, but we have not seen no signs of a dead fish. So it could be hiding in the rocks, could be somewhere, but I'm not really sure where this scum and nastiness is coming from. But that is really the only explanation for it. And once a fish dies, it decomposes, and again lets off all this nasty, nasty smell and all these oils into the water. So I was kind of scratching my head and I was poking around. Well, you guys remember Greg had made this formation of driftwood over here. Well, in that pile of driftwood, I did happen to find one of the catfish down there. So I got to go ahead and pull him out, give this a good clean, and then this tank will be back to normal. But it's been a while since something's passed away in this pond. It happens. A lot of these fish, it hasn't been added in the last, I can't even remember the last time we added a fish to this monster pond. Also don't know how old the fish is, but it was a shovel nose. So it's, the way life is. I shall get him out and get this pond back into working order. Okay, and we see this salt tank. We did put on our new Reef Breeders Photon V2 light, and this thing is kick ass. Look how well them corals are opened up and growing. All the small ones are coming out to say hi. They are loving this light. We had some of the old ones start giving us some problems, so we went ahead and swapped out the light. And this is only 24 hours on the tank. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so you can see I got a long handled net, and I'm basically just skimming the top layer of all this nasty scum. You can see in that net, that's just caked on there. That's all dead fishy scum, all the stomach acids and everything that's gotten released from the decaying fish. Less than 24 hours, you can see all that scum is back off the top of the water. But you guys can see that there is a huge cave down in here. That is a huge 4 foot or so, not Niger catfish. He's down there probably about 7 foot. He's pretty below the water surface here. But the pond in less than 24 hours is back to sparkling clean. We still have our smaller shovel nose that we've added in the last 2 years. Those guys are pretty young, so they should, be fine in here. But there are a couple other older catfish that wouldn't surprise me if we end up seeing them pass in the next couple of years. One being this big hybrid here, because we already had the one that came in with him that we've had for decades. He passed away, and that red tail right there. But they are still kicking as of right now. But every other fish in this pond is fairly young, so I don't foresee anything else like that happening. And we really haven't added much fish to this monster pond. But once we get the few fish out of here that's going up to Brian, you guys will probably see a influx of new inhabitants into the monster pond. But looking behind us as well, these tanks cleared right back up, of course, and we've got the Oscars dug a nest right here, right next to the Argentier has the nest here. I ended up pulling the Golden Dorado out of this tank because he was going after this Jack Dempsey and getting into it with this red Atabapo pike. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not risk that one. So I went ahead and pulled him out. We did pull a few others out of here as well. If I can remember correctly, we still have the Blue Texas. I did take the male red tiger Motag out because him and the Jag were getting into it severely. And I'm going to try and catch that female red tiger Motag as well, because I really don't want them mating in this tank. And we might go a little bit different direction with this tank. We're not sure. I'm still debating on that. So coming back to the monster pond, some of you guys might know, some of you might not know, but some of these fish have been with us for literally decades. We've had Brutus now going on 5 years, but some of these catfish, like the Niger cat and that hybrid cat I showed you guys earlier, those guys have been with us for decades. And they've been through multiple moves, and they've come to live in this monster pond to die. So you guys see my big boys passing away as time goes on. That big boy right there. But a lot of these fish in the monster pond do happen to be older. So when that time comes, it does suck. You guys remember Big Bill as well. She came to us pretty old. She got a few years with us and passed along. Now this monster pond is looking pretty empty, and it'll continue to get more empty. But you guys are probably wondering, well, if you're taking fish out, what are you going to add in? Well, let's go take a look. Mr. Pumbaa's still doing fantastic in this globe. But if we go in here, might not put nothing from the 3,000 in. We could possibly do like, no, that's too much. So my thoughts were these platinum red tails, they are getting larger size, so they can definitely go out to the monster pond. Maybe a couple of these marble cats, cut down some of the stock in here as well. I'm not too sure about the ID sharks. For one, Schwarzenegger is super old, and two, I'm not sure how he would fare with the Peroon sharks in there as well. But this tank is definitely going to get some fish that go out, maybe some arowana, some of the catfish, maybe even a short-bodied Peroon shark. We shall see, but there's going to be a bunch of fish coming out of this tank as well as the 3,000. Brian will be getting a big black Pacu, a big red belly. I'll give him one of my albinos. We'll see. He'll be getting this big old hybrid red tail. He'll be getting a big shovel nose. Maybe even that other Niger cat back there. Big red tail. So he'll definitely have some nice fish, and we will definitely have some room in all of our tanks. And we'll basically get a new stock on the monster pond. Because we've just put in, our fish that we've kept. We haven't really added too many fish to this monster pond. It's been fun. But once I get in there and catch these few fish out that are leaving, then we're going to have so many tanks open. We're going to be able to you know, mix and match everywhere and kind of mix things up here and start working on some other plans. So I think that'll be fun. But you guys know I share the good and the bad with you guys in the hobby. Learn from my mistakes. I've got this hornwort growing on top of the tanks here. It seems to be doing pretty well. All this light green here is all new growth. And the air temp out here is probably about 60 degrees. So it seems to be thriving in here as well. But like I was saying, I like to share my experiences with you guys, good and bad, and learn from my mistakes. And you guys remember, we are not this big, you know, professional facility. We are just two guys with a love for the hobby, a dedicated passion that's gotten a little overboard. So you know what? We have our fun. We share our videos with you guys and our journey along the way. We love to keep fish. We love to share that experience with everyone else. And you know, it's gotten a lot of people into the hobby, and that is pretty awesome if you ask me. Haven't seen this guy out in a while. Little clown loach there, little oddball. How cool is he? Alright guys, I will catch you in the next video. As always, stay fishy, my friends.